it's Samar with Blissful Events. How are you today? I hope everyone is safe and feeling okay today. I know here in wine country we have tons of fires happening, and I just hope that everyone's feeling good and doing okay today. We're safe here where I am, so I'm so thankful for that. I have the air purifier going and just trying to stay safe. So I wanted to chat with you today about an elopement that I just had, a micro wedding that I just did last weekend. And I'm getting a ton of questions about it. And so I thought I'm just going to do a live about this and answer the question so everybody has the answers. So the question I've been getting about this elopement, and you guys can actually see a couple of the highlight photos that the lovely Amy Little Photography did. And you can see just a few photos from there because I know she's working hard trying to edit all those photos in the last week. But she sent me a few photos and they're so gorgeous. And this couple is so amazing. And you could see those in the last couple of posts that I have. But the question I've been getting so much of lately is through this wedding is, how did you come up with this creative process for this? Where does the creativity come from? Where does the inspiration come from? How do you do that when you don't know the couple? And it's interesting because this is actually a question I've been answering for 13 years since I've been in business. So today I decided I'm just going to do a live about this and actually talk about it and just tell people kind of what my process is and how I like to do things with my couples. So I have 4 points that I'd like to touch on today. And the first point and the first thing that I really love to do is to connect with my couple. The creative process doesn't come from me. It actually comes from the couple themselves. So my job as your wedding planner is to go to you and sit down and have a conversation with my client and really get to know who they are. What is their personality? Who are they? What are they dreaming about when they dream about their wedding? One of the things that I ask my couples often is, what are the top 3 things that are most important to you in your wedding day? And through that, it gets me to kind of help them, or for me, it helps me really understand what they're wanting and what they're wanting their day to look like. And we kind of go on this little daydream and we sit together and we kind of daydream together. And what we do during this daydream is we kind of talk about, what does your day look like? Your perfect, most amazing day. What does that look like? And not just on your wedding day, but a perfect date. When you guys go out on a date together, what does that perfect date look like? When you guys have a party, or when you guys go to a party, or when you have friends over, what does the perfect evening look like? So these are some questions that I ask my couples as I get to know them. And the reason I do that is because, yes, I'm a complete stranger usually when my clients hire me, right? So I have to really dig deep and get to know you guys and really understand, what is it that you're trying to portray here, and who are you? Who is your personality? And bring that to life. So that's really, I would say, when someone asks me the question, where do you get your inspiration from? I get it from my couples. That's first and foremost. It's about you guys. This isn't about my creative process. It's about me bringing out what you are, who you are as a couple together and as individuals, and helping you bring that to life. So that would be the first thing. The second thing is the venue. So the venue in itself is going to give me tons of inspiration. So what that looks like for me is I go into the space, and I go into the space with the couple. I don't go in by myself, especially if it's a space that I haven't been to before. And actually, even if it's a space I've been to before, I like to go in with my couple, and we go into the venue together, and I have them walk me around. And I have them tell me, if the couple has hired me after they found their venue, then I have them walk me through the space and let me know what made them fall in love with the space. What does the space look like for them? And I get inspiration based on kind of what we're talking about and who the couple is. So we're talking about all of that. And as I'm walking through the space, whether I've been there before or not, I'm now creating a new piece, a new thing for that particular couple. So even if I've been at the space before, I may have some ideas that I've done with other couples or things that I've wanted to do in the space or something like that. But for that specific couple, it's going to look different every time. So when a couple says to me, have you been to the space before? It's really important for us to work with someone who knows the space. I actually feel a little bit of the opposite about that. It is important to know the space, absolutely. It's also just as important to make the space completely yours. So it doesn't matter whether or not I've been there. I'm going to be inspired by you as the couple, and the space will kind of give me more clarity as to what that's going to look like. So that is really important as well. So that would be the second thing that I would do, is looking at the venue with my couple and making sure that everything in their personality and all of that matches what we're trying to portray. The next thing that we do is go to the rental company together. So when we go to the rental company together, I start to really get inspired by what I'm seeing there, and I also love taking my couples with me. So one thing that you're probably noticing as a pattern is I do all of these things with my couples. Doing the stuff with my couples really allows me to get to know them better. It really allows me to work as a team with them. So they're not feeling like I'm just taking over. This is really about them and me learning about them through every single piece of the project and through every single part of the planning process. So we go to the rental company together, and there might be more than one rental company. There might be the rental company that we're doing for vintage rentals because we want something really specific, and we go to them. Then we might go to the lighting company and a tent company, and get the tent and the lighting and all of that from one place. And then we might go somewhere totally different to get the flatware and the glassware and the linens and the silverware, and all of those things put together creates the personality of the couple, creates the day. Through all of this, I'm also speaking to the person who's gonna be doing the flowers. So I'm speaking to the florist throughout this entire process, and I'm keeping them in the loop. What's important about that is I need to make sure that I'm understanding my client's vision, and then I need to portray that and create a vision to make it come to life. And then I need to take that to every single vendor, including the florist, of course, to make sure that they're creating what the client is wanting. So throughout all of this, we're kind of doing all of this simultaneously. So that's kind of what's happening throughout that process. The last thing that contributes to my creative process is vendors. I myself, you guys, am just one person. I do come up with great ideas. I do come up with visions for my clients. I do get to know my clients. I have ideas for what we can do, but can I make them all come to actual reality and something tangible? No. I am not a florist. I am not a photographer. I am not a rental person. So being able to connect with professionals and knowing that I am only working with professionals is extremely important to the creative process. So being able to work with professionals and know that I am hiring professionals to know, to do exactly what the vision is, and being on board with that vision is just as important as getting to know the client themselves. So there's a lot of kind of that back end work that I'm doing with all of the vendors as the client. The client's going to be picking them. You guys are picking who you want to be working with. I might be presenting you with a couple of caterers that I think might be great for your vision, or a couple of photographers that I think would be great for your vision. And the ultimate decision is absolutely yours to make. And I will support that in however way that I can. But once you've made that decision, my job then is to make sure that they fully understand what you're wanting and how you're wanting it to look. So through all of that, there's also a piece of allowing those professionals to have their creative vision come through. So in 13 years of business and being in the luxury event space, I only work with professionals. And I do that, and I don't work with people who, just don't have a reputation, or, any of that. The reason I don't is because I want to make sure that when I am working with you, you and I are really connected, and you're going to be able to make the client's vision come true. So all of those things put together are really important in creating that creative process. So besides just me coming up with those ideas, I have to know my client, number one, the space, the venue, number two, being able to get the right rentals, the right pieces, the right things that are going to fall into place, and working with the right vendors. So I hope this really helps you guys get to know a little bit about the creative process for me and how I like to work with my clients. And if this sounds like it's something that is, resonating with you, and you want to know a little bit more about it and about how I like to work, and if that's sounding like something that you want to connect more about, we're doing a lot of this with micro weddings as well right now. So we're not just doing this in, the big scheme of, the 100, 200, 500 person wedding. We're doing this for the 5 or 10 person wedding as well. Because we're actually doing a lot of micro weddings right now. We're doing a lot of these elopements and a lot of these smaller intimate packages because COVID, because everything that's going on in our world right now. So that creative process for me does not shift based on your guest count at all. So I hope that kind of really helps you guys just learn a little bit about how we would be working together, what the creative process is, and answer some of those questions that I've been getting all week about that post from that micro wedding that I did earlier this week. I love you guys. Please connect with me. Let me know if this is helping you. Feel free to leave a comment and share with your friends who are getting married, and let them know that there is absolutely support here for them. They're not in this alone. Nobody needs to kind of go and figure out what is my day going to look like all by themselves. So I'm totally here for you guys. My name is Samar Hattar. I am the owner and founder of Blissful Events, and you can find me at Blissful Events all over all the different platforms on social media. And my website is blissfuleventplanning.com. All right, guys, until the next time, I'll see you soon. Bye.